Good morning and welcome to Ministerial Account of Stewardship right here on Ebonyi Broadcasting Corporation, EBBC, Salt Radio 98.1 FM and Salt Television. My name is Amaka Izuchuku. With me in the studio is my co-anchor, the beautiful Laura Amanze. Good morning, ma.
Hi, Amaka. Good morning. Good morning, listeners and viewers out there. I'm Laura Amanze, and it's always a pleasure to have you here with us. And of course, today, in the Ministerial Stewardship account, we are having the Honorable Commissioner for Housing and Urban Development in the person of Engineer Francis Ori. He is the man who is in charge of that ministry. And he's going to be giving us what has been going down with the ministry in the past 2 years. Honorable Commissioner, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Good to have you again.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I also want to remind you that this program is being sponsored by the Ministry of Information, which is being headed by no other than Engineer Chikadibia Jude. Of course, he's right here in the studio with us. So we are happy that you're here with us, even though you're very busy monitoring what we are doing. All right, back to you, Honorable Commissioner.
Thank you.
It's been 2 years now since you took over that ministry. So can you tell us, give us what has been your main achievement or the milestone you have achieved in the past 2 years? Let's start from there.
Thank you so much. My listeners, good morning to you all. The stewardship account on Ministry of Housing and Urban Development, like we have always come to present our routine from time to time, radio and TV presentations here. We are doing well. We started with Izo and Ameze housing estate. That Izo and Ameze housing estate was designed 3-bedroom bungalows of 140 units for the boat community. That's Izo, 70 units, Ameze, 70 units. And so far, so good. The project will be commissioned on or before the 29th of this month. And there are some other projects in the ministry. We have the Ebonyi Public and Civil Servants Housing Estate ongoing in a very good pace. It's moving well. We have the projects like Ebonyi Widows Housing Project, part of the ones you saw during our last inspections. And so many other little renovations here and there. You remember that before the burial of His Excellency Dr. Christopher Ebonyi, Ebonyi State government took over the remodeling, renovations, and making all sorts of arrangements for his burial. And that project was not little. In that compound, we renovated about 5 buildings. And it's not also a small project anyway. Then we also have the Nodo Ekumenyi Palm Boulevard. It's a project of this government which is in course. We have advertised that project on Public Procurement Council. And we are waiting for 30 days mature period of the announcement, the advert, upon which we'll select the stable contractors to handle the project, and we will move to site immediately. So far, so good. The ministry is doing something.
Okay, indeed, the ministry is doing something, and the ministry has its hands full. But before I get to my next question, I would love to let our viewers know that this is an audience participatory program. In the course of our interaction with the Honorable Commissioner, we'll throw open the phone line so you can call and ask your questions or make your contribution. But we're also streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. Just key in Ebonyi Broadcasting Corporation, and we are there. So before we throw open the phone lines, feel free to drop your questions, your comments, your observations right there, and we'll get to it. Again, thank you, Honorable Commissioner, for coming.
Thank you, my dear sister.
Now, I would want to take you to this federal state housing collaboration, that was entered in June 2024 between the Ebonyi state government and the federal government, the Renewed Hope Estate.
Yes.
That was launched at my village, right?
Yes. Yes.
In Umezokoha in Ezan North, with plans for 250 expandable housing units.
Yes.
Now, we know that the state government provided the land.
Yes.
Beyond the land, is there something else that the state government provided? And what's the current progress on this project? How will it be affordable at the end of the day for Ebonians?
Yeah, thank you so much. Yes, I would say that the project is moving well.
Okay.
It is Ebonyi State Government, Ministry of Housing and Urban Development, in synergy with the Federal Ministry of Housing. The Ebonyi State Government provided land for the project, and we are also doing a supervision of the project.
Okay.
Though it's a federal government, Federal Ministry of Housing project, but here in Ebonyi, we are duty bound to also supervise what they are doing. We also provide other enabling environment for the work to thrive, like security and other things, making sure that the job is in progress. So, and we are very sure that upon completion, the Ebonyi State Government will have a part of it that we will buy from the Federal Ministry of Housing and also sublet it to affordable price to our people. Okay. So it's the federal government and the Ministry of Housing project. So I want to say that that project, upon completion, will also help to reduce the housing deficit in Ebonyi State.
Well, since you've been monitoring, can you bring us up to speed on the progress of work done so far? When do you think it will be completed?
Yeah, the last time we were there, that is during my routine weekly project inspections. That was on Tuesday Friday last week. Okay. So some of the projects have gotten to lintel level, some leveled, and the contractors are on site. Okay. One good thing that is happening there is that all the internal roads of that estate is completed. That section is their first section. The internal roads are complete and well finished. And the contractors are also doing their best. If you go there, you will see the light installation, some things going on. They have started bringing in the both high tension, low tension, putting right around the estate. There's water project that is also going on there. The road is also going on. The houses are also going on. So the project is alive and it's moving well.
Before I allow Laura to come in, yes. I need to tell our listeners and the viewers that the state government has already, that the road leading to the estate from the expressway is highly motorable. I think that's the best standard of road you would say. So it's not as if it's at a place where people cannot access. And it's good to know that the internal roads to within the estate have been taken care of. Kudos, Dad.
All right. Now, beyond the allocation of lands by the state government, as it has to do with that federal housing estates, the collabo, can you give us the modalities of funding? How is it funded?
Like I told you, it's a pure Federal Ministry of Housing project. They are funded from the federal government. The ministry has it in her program, and it's the federal government that is funding it.
Okay, so the state government has no hands as far as the funding is concerned?
No, not at all.
Okay, it's purely the federal sector.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, so let's move a step forward. So in 2024, your ministry, it was approved that something billion naira should be expanded and should be expended on building some units of houses for civil servants. Already we've been there with you to, look at this work and see how it's going. It's actually this one located at the Abakaliki Afikpe Road, just by
opposite Chiboy.
Yes, opposite Chiboy. For 126 housing units, I do not want to go into, because I mean, if we break it down, we'll be having about 40 million for one building. And I don't know if Laura would spend such an amount of money on one particular house. And I was wondering, for a project that is gulping this heavy amount of money, how is it being monitored really? Beyond your routine, you go there. I mean, we've been there with you, and we dare to say that work is progressing as it should go. But especially since it's being carried out through direct labor, how exactly are you monitoring to be sure that there is no, at the end of the day, people will say, see, this plenty money we spent and we are not saying it?
No, let me also bring to your notice, if you are not aware, that the money for the project, the ministry did the drawing.
Okay.
We did our bill of quantity. We know what can give us that building there. And that money is not much when you compare to the cost of building materials these days. That money can do the job. And far from what you are saying, it's not too big. I strongly believe that.
As taxpayer, I want to look at where my money is going to, every bit of it.
But the truth is that money is not too big for the project. Okay. It will deliver the project. And it is just, it's okay for it. So, from what you said, the ministry, that is through direct level. And the ministry, in our wisdom, subletted this job to some contractors, and they were issued letter of engagement.
Okay.
The letter of engagement is detailed what they are to do, and our contractors has not fed us.
Okay.
They are up to our program, the project, because we have the program of the project, and each certificate generated is paid immediately. Those contractors generate a certificate and the ministry pays. So there is no point, there's no anything to worry yourself about.
Okay.
That we will deliver the project.
All right, so when are we expecting this delivery?
Soonest.
You know what we'll hear soonest?
We pray that the soonest will not be like the coming of Christ.
Not at all, not at all.
Okay,
not at all.
Still on that, in 2023, about 4 billion. Ebonyi State government applied for about 4 billion naira for the family home funds, housing, you understand, homes, you understand. So I don't know.
Applied to where?
I think, let me be sure. It was approved, yes, in 2023. Ebonyi reportedly applied for 4 billion naira under the Family Homes Fund and was approved. And how will it be applied? So was it approved or was it not approved in 2023?
I'm not aware of what you are saying.
Okay, you are not aware of that fund?
Yeah, I'm not aware, not the fund. I'm not aware of your story.
Is there a family home, home fund in this country? As per Nigeria today, do we have a family home fund where people can actually apply to build homes?
Well, the Nigeria as a nation, we have so many programs. There is what is going on in the Ministry of Housing, that is through the mortgage bank. That is, even you as a civil servant, there's a little money you
can apply, yeah.
You are paying for a home. And that is what I could say. I can say here that the Federal Ministry of Housing and the Ebonyi State government, where if you are talking is the meeting between the Ebonyi State government and the director of Federal Ministry of Housing, where we are looking the modalities to complete some of the Federal Ministry of Housing's projects and estates in the state that are abandoned, like the Ezangbo housing estate, like the Ubru housing estate. So some of those projects is what I can tell you that we are doing with the federal government. And
so no funds was applied for those particular projects.
You can't ask me. Wait now.
Okay.
I have told you your money that is deducted, the source where it is deducted, and the what is being used for.
Okay.
Your money that is deducted as a civil servant, the federal government through the Federal Mortgage Bank and the Federal Ministry of Housing, they have understanding. Some of the estates are already springing up. They already has estates in the state, like the Ezangbo that I can mention to you, like the Ubru housing estate, and some others, the workers' home and all this. So, but the thing is this, that I'm not aware of what you are saying. I know what I'm telling you, and that is what I'm sure of. So I'm not aware of your 4 billion or what. So
all right.
yeah.
So I think that's a matter we would need to investigate further.
No
all right, because just checking now, we see that this family home fund is a social housing finance initiative by the federal government, and it's targeted specifically at providing housing for low-income earners.
Yes. Now let me tell you something. Yeah, it would be wrong for me discussing Federal Ministry of Housing's affair.
No, we're not asking you. It's just because we saw that report.
If it's a federal government housing, if it's a federal housing program or project, I have no idea or being part of what.
No, we
doing.
understand
So,
this is not your forte, so to speak. But it's just that we saw that report online that said that Ebonyi State, through the State Ministry of Housing, actually applied for this fund.
People can sit in the comfort of
No, but it's good you're here to say that this kind of thing didn't happen. Yeah, so that people would actually know that that is just a story flying around.
Under your ministry, if they mention Ministry of Housing, even if it's a federal government thing, it will still be channeled through the Ministry of Housing and Urban Development in the state. But at least this one you are aware of. Perhaps you also will need to investigate more on that.
Let's come down to a matter that affects Laura, it affects me, it affects virtually everyone right here.
And what is that?
Housing rents. It affects everyone.
Okay.
I mean, the rents, it keeps increasing every day. Someone could just move into a house to pay 120. In the next 2 months, landlord will say, I will soon increase. It will get to 200. Before you know it, the person will wake up and a letter is coming from the landlord. If by next year you cannot pay 450, pack out. And it's a 3-bedroom flat in Abakaliki now goes for as high as, the modest ones is 800,000. Some will tell you 1.3, 1.7. Sometimes I've seen one, Mama, I've seen one that is about 3 million. And I'm wondering, inside these Ebonyi states, where is the money coming from? Because majority of the people here, it's either that civil servants or they are petty farmers. I'm intentional using that word.
No, I want to help you, please.
Do.
We are not Ebonyi people, and Ebonyi state is not as little as you are seeing it. It's not.
Well, I think more is we are more agrarian. Let's use the word agrarian in nature.
Let me also come in. You see, we have to change that narrative. That is not truly the situation of things today. Ebonyi State is on the course of instant and constant development. The progressive nature of development in Ebonyi State is known by everybody. And you see people coming in from different business people are coming in. So it's no more the Ebonyi of a farmer and this and that. This is a modern state.
Yes, why would you not dispute that? We are talking about the average families in Ebonyi State. Now, what do these providers do?
Okay,
they are either civil servants or they are business people.
Can we take it in sequence, please?
All right, please go ahead, sir.
When you are talking about the high cost of house rent, over the year, I have made so many explanations of what is happening. And I will repeat myself again here for record purposes. The Ebonyi State Ministry of Housing.
No, for account of stewardship purposes.
For account of stewardship.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Okay. The Ebonyi State government, upon receiving this complaint, we had a stakeholders engagement meeting with the landlord associations in Ebonyi State. Okay. On that very meeting, we look at this very issue. We look at it very well, critically. And the landlord associations make so many points that the government is taking one after the other. The issue of house rent, the high cost of house rent these days, can be traced back to the high cost of building materials. Not to say that some greedy landlords are not deliberately doing this. Okay. Not to say that agents and other persons involved are not, because I have seen a landlord who complained to me that he has a house rent he kept at 800,000. But an agent, unknowing to the landlord, fixed that house at 1.2 million. Do you understand the thing? So the agent has their own way of putting up the price above what is normal. But what we are saying is that this landlord association, they have given us a guideline where we will go and this matter will gradually be resolved. We are on it, on course. We are on course, okay. Of course. Like you remember, I told you last time that after that stakeholders engagement meeting with the landlord association, we proceeded to Ebonyi State House of Assembly to know the available laws in Ebonyi State that can handle this matter. We discovered that Ebonyi State Ebonyi State tenants and rate law, something like that, is not encompassing. It can't cover this aspect of housings and all these things. So what we now do, we have a meeting with the Ebonyi State House Committee on Housing, Honorable Lucas Alinze. We have discussed. We are doing a bill to support that law, that we take control of this house rent. We already have something like that in Enugu. We have something like that in Lagos State. We are only going to look at what they have and do just a modification to suit our environment. So what we are saying is that presently there is no law to enforce that bringing down of house rent. Until that law is there, we can now we can not do much, rather than the public engagement, rather than talking to our people, rather than because we already have another meeting with the agent. There are people that call themselves agent associations. We have they are there. We already have a meeting with them, and so what we are saying is that we are on course. We are taking this matter gradually, and definitely we will resolve it. But that is not to say we should also know that Ebonyi is developing in a very fast way. And the people from all walks of life, from different parts of the country, are trooping into the state.
All right, Honorable Commissioner. We love your passion for putting Ebonyi out there. Ebonyi is developing. Ebonyi is a city that is springing up. But are you also aware that as Ebonyi is developing, the rating is that Ebonyi is the third most expensive city in Nigeria to live in, with no single industry.
Excuse me.
That being said, sorry, sir, let me just land. That being said, there are also the issue of trying to put up this defense that the landlords or most of the high cost of rents is due to high cost of building materials. But we have houses that have been built, excuse me, sir, that have been built in the past decades. And if you go to some of, because we are talking based on our investigations, and when you go to some of these buildings, it's not like they have renovated or done anything new, and yet they hiked the price of these houses. Now, we want you to tell us, in your dealings with these landlords, what are they saying as it has to do with some of these other buildings? And we have also discovered, in the course of our findings, that most of these new houses that are being projected with such high rents is being done by Ebonyans. The house is owned by Ebonyans themselves. So as much as the present administration is very concerned with the people's charter of needs. You understand? It's a compassionate government. So what is your ministry going to be doing going forward with these landlords that are not, they have not done anything as it has to do with renovation or building a new house, and yet the rents are so high?
Okay, now let me take it from where you start.
Yes.
I didn't know where you got the statistics that Ebonyi State is one of the third city where...
It's out there, sir,
okay.
in the newspapers everywhere.
Okay, please.
In fact, from last year.
Okay, now let me tell you something. People can sit in the comfort of their home and do some analysis. But that is not to say that house rent in Ebonyi State is not high, as people said. But the truth is this. The houses that are built now, and the ones we are saying that they needed the renovations, or you said that they are old, dilapidated, and the landlord are still doing increase. I'm not aware of such, because in my meeting with the Landlord Association, they confirmed to me, because we discussed it, how can you increase a house rent of a house that you built over 50 years ago or 30 years ago without even a renovation? And these associations assured me. In short, as a matter of fact, we had a very good understanding. For a landlord to increase a rent in his house, if it's an old building, it must be renovated. That is our understanding. And they are buying with it. I believe what they are saying. And when you say that Ebonyians built house and they are putting high cost, they increase the rent. Well, I want you to understand that for any investment to survive, there must be a balance between what you are putting in and what you are getting.
Yeah, but housing issue is not something you recoup in one day.
You cannot.
It's an overtime thing.
We cannot say that building house these days is easy. Let's be frank. Let's tell ourselves this. A bag of cement is close to 10,000. There is no any reinforcement, any diameter of a reinforcement that is not triple or 4 times higher than what it used to be.
Okay,
the local engagement is even cost. For you to hire an ordinary labourer in the street, you have to pay even more than what it's usual.
All right, sir.
So we can't remove those factors.
Honorable Commissioner.
But what we are saying is that we are on course to moderate all these things. So thank you.
Thank you, sir. If I didn't know any better, I would say you're defending landlords.
But I'm not one.
You are being very defensive of the landlord.
No.
Straight from the street, and we went to some of these houses. So we are not just sitting here and coming up with statistics.
Please.
And we have also met with the same landlords.
Get the information from the right source.
We have also met with the landlords.
Association.
Yes.
Okay.
Their leadership, we have even also brought them to this very studio and spoken with them. So we are not talking out of the blues. And we also went to the streets, not just based on hearsay, but we went out there, carried out our investigations, and from that investigation, we brought in the landlords and we asked them and some of these things. And one other area, sorry, Amaka, before you came in, that it's like you talked about the law, you understand?
Yes.
And we are thinking that what is the Ebonyi State House of Assembly? I'm sure there's an arm, like you pointed out, that has to do with the law that guides, because if you go to other states in the Federation, you find out that there are laws that protect tenants, which appears to, there's a lacuna here when it has to do with housing and the tenants and the landlord's relationship, as it has to do with.
That's why I told you. That's why I told you.
How soon are we expecting results? Because it's something that is actually choking people.
That's why I told you that what we have as a tenants law in Ebonyi State, it does not cover all this. And we are already on the course. This is a legislative process, something. It's timed. It's something that goes with time. It's not, a law is not something you just rush to a bank and you withdraw. It's something that takes gradual process. We are on it. And as soon as we are done, the law will be.
We are done with the ministerial account of stewardship.
Yes.
We'd have to go and look for the legislators who are in charge of the housing committee to
Yes.
see how far, so that maybe we'll take them to the streets. That would,
so that they will now see.
that would ginger them to do that fast.
Even as you are talking, I know Honorable Lucas Alenze is a proactive person, and he's already doing something about it.
Okay, so we do not digress. I hope that the next time you meet with the landlords, you'll be able to, because according to the Landlords Association, the major culprits of hiking rents are those who do not belong to the association. Maybe there'll be a way around that. And maybe you also let them know that the renovation we are talking about is not to come and paint the house. But renovation, those ones who have just single toilets and bathrooms for 3-bedroom apartments should do something.
Please. I want to also...
that's for further. That's for further. Okay. All right, so at this point, we're going to throw open the phone line in 0813-593-3112. Again, 0813-593-3112. Our first caller is here. Hello. Hello. Okay, so I'm still hearing our voice. 0813-593-3112. Again, 0813-593-3112. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
A very good morning to you, comrade. Hello, are you with me?
I was waiting for you to land.
Good morning, Laura, and good morning to you, Amaka, in the studio.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning to the Honorable Commissioner for Housing and Urban Development.
Good morning, my dear brother.
This is the voice of Ichuma calling from Ezaro, the Ebonyi state of Nigeria.
It's a meeting, you're welcome.
I want to commend His Excellency the Governor for his good performance in the ministry. I'm very, very excited. But actually, I want to verify and I want to know the update concerning the completed estate in 135, for example. Understand? Because there's one estate in 135 that is not completed. I don't know the issue. But I want to verify from the Honorable Commissioner whether they have planned to complete that uncompleted building so that the masses will leave, if they want to occupy that space, they will leave. Understand? So I want to verify the update. Okay? Thank you and God bless you, my Honorable Commissioner.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, Ituma. All right.
Okay, my dear brother Ituma, thank you for your question. And I want to tell you that Ebonyi State government is already in discussion with the Federal Ministry of Housing on that project. That Ezambo housing project is a program that started a long time ago. And this project is funded through the Federal Mortgage Bank. In the course of their construction, one thing led to another, and that funding or something, the project was stopped. So, as a government, we have initiated a meeting with the Federal Ministry of Housing. We want to take over that job. It is a federal government project. Ebonyi State Government Ministry of Housing wants to take over the job, complete it, and give it out to our people. But you know, this government and bureaucracy is something. The one thing or the other is still choking it. But I'm very sure that so far, so good. The Honorable Minister is already treating our mail, our letter as regards to that. And what we agreed is that they are going to send a quantity surveyor. Now we come with our own quantity surveyor. All of us will be there. Assess the level of job done. What the government, federal government has invested. We as a state will now take over, finish up the job, and give it out to our people. So it is not. We are doing something about it. So in no distant time, we will finalize with the Federal Ministry of Housing, and the Ebonyi State government will take over the job, and we will finish it and give it out to our people.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir. Your name and where you're calling us from?
My name is Samson, calling from Abakaliki.
Samson, you're welcome to the program.
Commissioner. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, my dear brother. How are you now?
Fine, sir.
Thank you.
The issue of housing unit, only God can answer that one. Only government property is true with the permission. And private sector is always work on 247 every day. So every day they will couple and commission their private sector. And the issue of House of Assembly have right to regulate. And even Prince Right Honorable Ebonyi will have a right to do a executive order to regulate the range. And issue of estate, not everything should be welcome into government. What type of agent? And some of the House of Assembly is driving someone car. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I mean, you're good with summarizing what it is.
Yeah, from what my dear brother Samson, from what I understand he was saying is that private sectors have also to come in. Okay. And then, and also that we should, the Ebonyi State Ministry of Housing or the Ebonyi State House of Assembly should be fast in doing the needful. And like I said in that been issue, it's on course. We are doing something about it. My dear brother Samson, you can exercise patience. We will get to that.
All right.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Good morning. Can you hear me? Okay. So this person cannot hear me. I think this person is listening over the radio and the delay in relay. Hello.
Hello, good morning, Amaka Ibichukwu.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, it's Obuna Diklan calling from EBBC.
You're welcome to the program.
Good morning, my dear brother.
This morning, I can see that the commissioner is sounding like a landlord. I wanted to call you landlord. Maybe keep it outside.
I'm no one, sir.
I think that you will speak on our behalf. But the way you are sounding, well, may God have mercy. I believe God will touch your heart. Then we call on the House of Assembly member that is in charge of housing. You people should collaborate. Call on a meeting of the landlords, the agents, and the barristers. They are the ones causing the problem. If you people call on them, I believe things will be harmonized and ensure that this housing rate that is skyrocketed on daily basis will come down. Imagine a house they built in 1980, a house they built in let's say 50. Somebody is still charging it 500,000, 600,000. It's unfair. You people should checkmate all those kinds of and know how to do about it. Then now we are talking about housing estates that government is used. I want to know what are the criteria of someone being a contractor of that housing, or do they give it direct to normal engineers, or they contract it to all these politicians? Because most of the time the issue we do have is because they contract this housing to politicians, whereby they will not be able to comply with the government directive. It's unfair. So I want you to highlight more about it. Finally, I want to urge the state government to ensure that they have a housing estate in each of the zones we have in Ebonyi State, Ebonyi North, Ebonyi South, Ebonyi Central. Let them do it so that we will extend our capital city. Thank you and God bless you this morning.
Thank you.
From
Thank you, Obuna Diklan.
Thank you, my dear brother Obuna Diklan. Please. Let me also say that I'm not a landlord. And from what you are saying, my dear brother, we are, if you have been in the program, you will hear from me that we are doing something about the house rent, increase in house rent. And like you mentioned, you want to find out the criteria or the qualification of someone being a contractor, most especially in Ministry of Housing and Urban Development. Yeah, thank you so much. You must be a registered contractor with CAC and with all the CAC approvals and documents. And you also have to register with the Ministry of Works as a contractor in Ebonyi State. It's not, we don't give job to politicians. We give jobs to contractors. So, and I'm sure that the ones that are doing the Chief Boy Housing Estate and the other estate in the state are pure contractors. I'm not aware of giving job to a politician. I don't know about that. Thank you.
All right. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Please, your name and where you're calling from.
This number not in the radio in the program this morning.
It's on the program, so just go ahead. You will hear yours very soon over the radio.
Okay. All right.
Go ahead, make your contribution or ask your question.
My name is Oribo
Oribo.
Sunday, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you. This program this morning of Federal Urban Development. Hello?
We are hearing you. Please go ahead.
Okay. I'm of the opinion that if a project is being erected in the state, and for the period of 4 years that a president is at the throne of the project, something could have been done to make the contractors that are handling the project, they will be up and doing to speed it up so that project will be
Hello, Sunday, are you there?
yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So what I'm just saying is that
All right. I think Sunday has made his point. I don't know, Commissioner.
From what I can deduce from what my brother is saying is timely completions of projects. Timeline on project. And my dear brother, Sunday Olibo, I want to also let you know that all our projects are timed. And some of these projects that we are complaining, like the Ezambo Housing Estate, is not this administration. It doesn't start with this administration. Though government is a continuous something. Yeah. So, but we are doing something to see that they are completed.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Hello.
Hello, very small in the studio.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Emeka Mokon, calling you from Ndufali, Kikolo government.
Emeka.
Mokoro. Emeka, you're welcome to the program. Please go ahead.
Okay. I want to thank the Honorable Commissioner.
Good morning, my dear brother.
His effort in making sure that things are going well in that ministry. Yes, make the president and the FAP will take care of itself. If you are going to be the FAP, you must be willing to pay greater cost. So we thank God for all the ministries they are doing work. We pray that they should keep it up. We thank God. Coming to issue of house rent, house rent increment, a high price in house rent. I think government contributed. They are not manufacturing cement. And in our rules, they are using concrete pavement and other building material that we should use and build houses. They are using it. How can come up and afford the prices of the house building material? So it should help us and start manufacturing. There is a place that do something so that the prices will come down. So that we come up and they have access to some building material to correct the school. But today, the them to say of the other cement industry, they have not increased the much customers. The government should
thank God for all they are doing in order to ensure that they are doing it. Because, it states they are recording much population. And population is also coming. Because what is happening in the body, everybody wants to live in a so that they enjoy the dividends of democracy. So they should continue duty. A lot will happen. More population will see increase. If not here, they should also start duty because students are suffering because of accommodation, more accommodation. The lodges that are there, you see some the states are actually about 10 or 5 or more than that. So they should help at use domestic for students. That way is not enough. Students are suffering, please.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I think at this point, I need to say, callers, please keep it brief so I entertain more calls. Please go ahead, sir.
My dear brother, Emeka Nwokoro, thank you so much. And like you said, through the message of God, we will continue to deliver on the mandate of our people. And there's something you are saying about the government controlling prices of building material. There is too much we as a state can do. This is a national something.
No, he said contributing.
Contributing.
He didn't say controlling.
He said, okay,
He said contributing to the high cost of...
No, he said that the government is also contributing to the high cost of building material. Is that okay?
Yes.
And he's aware that cement and the other building material, the prices have escalated. So what I'm saying is that this is a national something. And as a state, there's much we can do. And that is what we are doing. If this problem is going to resolve, you have to start from the national. There should be a regulation to cement manufacturers, irons and reinforcement manufacturers, all of these things. As a state, we are not far from this inflection that's everywhere in the nation. So what we are saying is that we will do our best. I think the basic thing we should be talking about is Ebonyi State as a government building more houses for our people. Because it could be more affordable by the government to do more houses for our people than looking onto our individuals.
I think it's from that perspective that he pointed out that government is contributing. Because
no,
if government is investing more.
He's talking about the cost of building material.
Yes, government is investing more in the area like you just pointed out.
Like I told you. We
have the Nkalagu cement factory that is moribund.
Oh, please.
And all that.
Let's not talk about that, please. Let's not talk about that.
I would want to know.
And like he said, I also want to add that we are doing something. Within the space of 2 months, within the space of 2 years in office, we have 3 estates that is already in progress. Within a space of 2 years in office, 3 mega estates in progress. So we will do our best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I'd want to know, talking about mega estates in progress, I've noticed one thing common with all of these estates. They are semi-detached buildings, either semi-detached bungalows or duplexes. Do you think we'd get to that point where we have estates that are story buildings, 2-story buildings, maybe 3-bedroom flats, and we'll have like 6 of such flats in an estate? It's going to maximize, the land that we have. And in addition to that, the Centenary City, as we have it really was, it attracted a whole lot of attention when it was first birthed. And I think that the Centenary City is such a strategic development hub to just be offices, housing people. And there is so much land there. Does the government have any plans to, do some housing projects at the Centenary City?
Okay, thank you so much. When you talk about Centenary City, it's a well-planned area of the capital city. We have the administrative areas. We also have other areas for commercial or for any other private or public housing estate. You can take a look of what is happening at Camp David Estate. Camp David Estate is also situated in this Centenary City. And as I speak to you, you will know whom you are to live around that area. is exclusive. That centenary city is actually exclusive for government programs. Okay. So, and more of that Camp David estate will also come, because I'm sure as we are doing this, as we are in the course of this, we will also have our own estate around that area. I'm very sure that this present administration, we have something, if not even more better than Camp David, we have something better in that place.
For that civil servants can afford, or is
yeah, even at that, from what you said, even that in that Camp David, we also have another estate that is there, the CBN quarters, okay, which is about something buildings of 4-bedroom duplexes. So, and there are other estates around there. You understand? So it is not mainly that the average Ebonyian don't have access to that. No, far from it.
Okay, Honorable Commissioner.
I need him to just answer the first question. Are we going to be seeing estates that are not just semi-detached bungalows?
Yes, from your question, yes. Because this is like the node of Ebonyi Palm Boulevard we're talking about. Okay. It's a mega estate that has many designs, okay, and many buildings. So we'll have that in that area.
All right. So, all right. So that for want of time, because we really are running out of time, we need to round up now. I want to say that this administration, as it has to do with housing and urban development, is really doing a lot. However, when we went on inspection with you, we saw a lot of buildings that's, especially the pet project of Her Excellency, Chief Mrs. Ozamaka Wifuru, that she embarked on, as has to do with widows. Now, some of those projects were actually heart-touching. When are we expecting those projects to be handed over? Or have they been handed over?
No.
Because I'm aware that it was supposed to be commissioned first,
yes,
before they are being handed over.
Yeah.
When are we expecting that these women, the way they were dancing and jubilating that day, that they will dance into those buildings?
Yeah, thank you so much. We have completed that project. The first section of this Bewo project, that's a Ebonyi Widows Housing Project, is completed. And like on our tour, you can see the buildings. You see how they are beautifully made. You can see the excitement of those widows, and then it's a good story to talk about. And in no distant time, Her Excellency will take up commissioning of this project, local government by local government. And when that starts, they will start packing into their buildings. But you were with me, and you saw that someone is already living in her own.
Okay, sir. Just in 1 minute, sir. What's your message for Ebonians who are still struggling with affordable housing? How would your ministry help these people? And then, in the other 30 seconds, what's the housing plans for the next 12 months?
Oh, thank you so much. I want to also encourage my brothers and sisters, the Ebonians, to be patient with our government. We are doing much and we'll do more. Housing issue is something, it's a gradual something. We are going to resolve it. Like one of our brothers said, we should consider building more housing estates in zones so that we can expand, we can take it to other area, not mainly Abakaliki something. So we have such plan, and it's on course. And not only that, we are also looking at building affordable houses. It is a passionate something, and I want to use this opportunity to thank the governor of Ebonyi State for his wisdom, for his ingenuity, for hearing the cry of our people. And Ebonyi should be patient with us. We will definitely get to our promised land.
Your plans for the next 12 months?
Yeah, we are going to, in the next 12 months, we'll have other projects that will be coming on. Like I told you, I'm looking forward to see the Ebonyi Palm Boulevard standing there. I'm also looking forward to see other estates. We have a project that's in our budget that's about 65 buildings for just low-cost housing building. So within the next 12 months, that project will be coming up. And also, I'm sure that the governor, in his wisdom, can even do more than what we have in our budget.
Thank you very much, sir. The next time we want you to talk for 30 seconds, we'll give you 1 second.
All right. And it is on that note, we want to say a very big thank you to the Honorable Commissioner for Housing and Urban Development.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for having me. Engineer Francis Uri. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yes, even though you were being too defensive with the landlord issue.
No. Please, can we? We are just talking reality, please.
Okay, and for those of you out there that listened or watched us both on our social media handles, radio and television, we want to say a very big thank you for being on the program today. My name is Laura Amanze. Let's do it again tomorrow. And before I forget, of course, this program is powered by the Ministry of Information and State Orientation at Ebonyi State. And the arrowhead is Engineer Chikadibia Okpor. Thank you for watching today. Amaka.
All right, my name is Amaka Isichikun. Nothing much to say, just saying wherever you are, please turn it into a palace. All right, look around. You'll definitely see things you need to beautify where you stay. Make it habitable for you until you can afford something better. I'll see you again very soon.